Welcome back to Marketing by the Minute, the show where we market by the minute. I'm Darcy Hay, and I'm here today with...
Nadia Boulos.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nadia.
Yeah, I'm a local web designer here in town. I've moved here in 2001. I immigrated from Lebanon. I've been here ever since. I live here with my husband and two kids. As of 5 years ago, I'm a freelance web designer. I help local small businesses, improve their online presence. And I graduated from Western in 2006 with a bachelor's in marketing. I just love it here. I love Bellingham. I love hiking and just going to all the different parks and all that stuff.
What advice do you have for people entering the marketing program at Western?
Just try to retain as much information as possible. You have a lot of resources at your hands, and just kind of take advantage of that. Go to your teachers and get advice from them, get information. They will lead you to different resources that you might use in the future. And so really take advantage of all the programs that they put together and all the different extracurricular things that they do. And that would help you eventually find a great job.
So what extracurricular activities did you do at Western related to the marketing program or not?
So at Western, I was part of the President's Book. I don't know if you still do that one, but I was featured in there. I was also part of a leadership program, it allowed us to go and meet with top CEOs and CMOs in Seattle, and that was really just a wonderful program to be a part of.
What was your experience as an alumni going to the career launch event?
That was a really exciting event to be a part of. I really enjoyed being there and just giving all the students some tips and tricks about specifically resume and how to optimize your resume and give a great interview. And so it was such an exciting place to be, and I absolutely enjoyed seeing all the students really engaged and having a great time and learning a bunch of stuff. It was a wonderful event.
What did you do in your first year after graduating from the marketing program?
I graduated in June of 2006, and I immediately started applying for jobs, and I did get a job in September of 2006 at Alpha Technologies. It's a power solutions provider in town. And yeah, I got a job as a marketing communications coordinator. I was there for 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what'd you do at that job?
I did a little bit of everything. We did some advertising, we did website, we did press releases, events planning as well, and just I tried everything under the sun when it comes to marketing, and it was such a great experience to have.
What skills from Western prepared you for that job outside of college?
I would say everything that I learned at school, I used and I utilized at my job. Of course, there's some things that you learn just by experience, but I think the basic knowledge, the basic principles of marketing were there. And I took those and then I elaborated from there. And it was great. I think I used everything that I learned.
Wow, it's great to hear. Can you explain your early career journey and how you got to where you are today?
So I started, as I said, I started at Alpha Technologies as a marketing coordinator and then got promoted to a manager. And I was there for 4 years. And then I decided I had my first child. And so I decided to go into real estate. And I did real estate for a couple of years. And then I had my second child and I had to take a little break. And when I wanted to come back into the workforce, I wanted to do something that I love. I remember at the time my sister, who's an artist, she asked me to put together a website for her art. And so I did. And I did it in WordPress. And I remember just feeling like it was such a fun project. It was very creative and I enjoyed doing it. And I started learning some code. And I found out that I was kind of actually liking it. And then I decided to further my education into that kind of stuff and take some coding classes and some WordPress certification at Whatcom Community College and just other bits and pieces that would kind of consolidate more my career in that. And it took off from there. I really started just volunteering my services to everybody in my family. And bit by bit, I started getting more proficient. And then I decided to actually dive in and make this my career.
So it sounds like for you then, continuous learning was very important. You didn't want to remain where you were, so you went to classes at Wacom, got certifications. So how important would you say that continuous learning is for people in the marketing field specifically?
Oh, it's huge, especially in the marketing field because things are changing constantly. Of course, you have the basic principles that you learn and you can kind of use, but there's a lot of new tools, I would say, and new softwares to learn. There's new social media, for example, did not exist when I graduated, so we had to, really get a refresher on all these things and try to learn as much as possible. And especially in web design, also it changes constantly. Every month, I would say there's a new tool that comes out. And now with the AI thing, it's really exploded into a different dimension. And so I think if you stop learning, you can't utilize those tools. You have to learn how to use those tools to get ahead. And so I really encourage people to continue learning. It's a journey. So really continue learning and enjoy it. It's fascinating and it's wonderful. But yes, as long as you've got the basic principles of marketing, then you can just take that and do anything with it.
How do you use analytics in your field, and where do they come in handy?
I would say analytics are super important because it's a way for you to measure if what you're doing is actually working. For web design, UX UI is very important. Testing whether or not the design of a page is efficient or not, if the landing page is doing what it's supposed to do, it's leading people where they're supposed to go. You have to kind of pay attention to analytics and make sure that people are actually getting led to the right place and you're getting the right clicks. And so analytics is kind of like the base of everything. You have to have it in place in order to measure how well you're doing.
So how do you, through Google Analytics, through Meta, or simply just going on using another account and looking at the website yourself?
I mostly install Google Analytics on the websites that I create, but some websites have something more, a different software integrated. Sometimes Wix has something else or whatever. So I just use whatever's offered within the platform. I try to do the free version of things instead of trying to charge people for that. And there's a lot of tools out there that you can use that can help you measure very well, like what's happening within the website.
How has the marketing landscape evolved since you graduated, and how have you adapted to those changes in your career?
So it has quite changed. Like I was just telling you earlier, we didn't even have Facebook. I mean, we had MySpace, if you guys even remember what that was. So it was MySpace. There was like the little chat rooms. So yeah, I would say social media kind of exploded ever since I graduated, and even web design was it was more HTML than anything else. And so things have really evolved quite a bit. But I would say like whatever I learned in school at Western, all the marketing stuff that I learned, it still applies. It's just different tools right now. So I use different tools to apply the marketing principles. And that's why I was talking about continuing education. Like you constantly have to learn how to use those tools. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. There's always something new coming up. For me, it's just being motivated enough to want to learn, putting aside the time and the effort to actually learn those skills and learn those tools. And that would, that helps you kind of propel you forward with everybody else, whatever everybody else is doing. Yeah, because it's changing very fast.
Looking ahead, what do you see as the biggest challenges and opportunities for marketers in the coming years?
I would say definitely AI is going to be a challenge and an opportunity. It's kind of both. Because it's great to have all these tools that do everything for us, but at the same time, we still need to lead those tools. We still need to know how to use them in the proper way. And there's still like a lot of strategy that's not being covered through AI. So I would definitely say I would see AI as a challenge and an opportunity for sure. So that's why I encourage you to learn as much as possible, learn how to do the proper prompts and learn, if there's new things that are coming out, learn how to identify a caption written by an AI instead of a human. So all these things can be applied. And I think it's very important for you to catch up on that.
Could you tell us a little bit about your time as part of SMA?
Yeah, when I was at Western for 2 years, I was part of the SMA marketing group, and it was great. We had pizza night pretty much every time we got together. They had a lot of guest speakers. It was just great kind of getting to know all the other students that are more specifically interested in marketing, and very helpful resource.
How did SMA help you later in your career?
I would say it just helped me to get out of my shell a little bit and start networking and talking to other people and asking some of the questions that I might have not ask, and then having those guest speakers, I think, inspired me to be better and do what I love. So
What advice do you have for students who are about to graduate from the marketing program?
I would say networking. Networking is key. And then always, I would personally research a company and see if I love the company as a whole before I find out if they have a marketing position. Because once you get your foot in the door, then you can kind of gravitate towards the actual position that you want. But if there's a company out there that you're really loving and you want to be part of it, just get any position. Just take anything. And then you never know. Things might turn around and you might get that position that you are vying for. And so just keep your options open. Keep your options open. Don't say, "Oh, I'm just going to go there. I'm just going to do this." No, like keep it open. You never know where the opportunity is going to take you. As long as you kind of have an idea of where you want to get, keep things open for sure.
Well, thank you for being with us today. Do you have anything else you would like to say to the audience?
No, not really. Thank you for having me, and this was fun. I enjoyed this interview. Thanks
Great.
so much.
We'll see you guys next time on Marketing by the Minute. Thanks.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching the next episode of Marketing by the Minute. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check us out on social media, and be sure to go to SMA on Western's campus and check out what we put in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.